My people, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel for another album review. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. Man, I got a lot to talk to y'all about. I got a lot about music. And of course, if you already know, if you keep up with the channel, if you know me personally, if you follow my social media accounts, you know why I was gone this past weekend, why I didn't post, why I was very quiet. It is because I have got to go to the legendary EDC Las Vegas. Now again, if you've been keeping up with the channel, you of course know this, and you also know that I am working my way up to making a video about my experience at EDC this year. That video is currently in the works, but guys, I'm gonna be really trying to work really hard on this video, add a lot of detail, put a lot of thought into how I want to present this video. So it will take a little bit of time, not too much time, but don't worry, don't fret. While I'm working on this EDC video, I will be still coming out with my album reviews. I still will be coming out with singles of the week videos. You might not see them come out like how they did this week. Of course, I'm starting out really late, releasing this on Thursday. But I will be up and running like normal very soon. And you will be getting that EDC video very soon. So stay tuned for that. But for today, for the very first review that I got back for you guys, I will be reviewing the brand new album from Harry Styles, Harry's House. Pop sensation Harry Styles is back with his highly anticipated third studio commercial release, Harry's House. Beginning off the journey of Harry Styles, the former member of the huge teen sensation boy band One Direction begins with his solo debut delivering his first self-titled LP. Though I do feel that there really wasn't that much recognition and that much reaction from this first solo debut, I really feel like the die-hard Harry Styles fans, the die-hard One Direction fans, still were really hyping up his career based off this self-titled. Fast forward to 2019 with the huge commercial success from sophomore LP Fine Line. This was the record that was the pinnacle for Harry Styles' career that made him a current apex in pop music. This record falls in line with influences of pop, rock, playing around with some funk, indie, soul, and other sources of elements in this record. Fine Line was a record that received much high praise from fans and several critics, and resulting in numerous amount of chart rankings, numerous amount of platinum and gold certifications, and also many award nominations, counting the 2021 Grammys for his nomination for Best Pop Record, and also with this victory for 2020 AWA's Pop Rock Album of the Year. Credits due to some of the biggest powerhouses of pop singles making this record what it really became to this day, with singles such as Lights Up, Adore You, and Watermelon Sugar. At first, I will admit, my first listen, I was really much in that gray area. However, giving more time for the tracks that I already did like, I eventually started to love, and with the tracks that I didn't really care for originally, I did start to like too. However, as a whole, this record wasn't something that I can really exactly see being worth the hype it received. Judging by the looks of it, a lot of people would have really preferred this album to win Pop Album of the Year at the Grammys. However, I would have definitely preferred numerous other amount of pop albums that weren't even nominated, and also with the nominations that were on this list, I think I still would have gave it to Dua Lipa. Now proceeding to this new record, lots of us wonder what will Harry do to continue on this momentum that he's received from Fine Line. For the intro track, Music for a Sushi Restaurant, I think that the tune itself is a decent start, especially when showing off that vocal range and very upbeat celebratory rock and smooth jazz instrumental. The humor that comes behind this creation really started when Harry and his producer heard their song in a sushi restaurant in LA, making the two of them think, this is a little bit of an odd selection to play in a sushi restaurant. Then giving them that light bulb above the head, giving them that same idea to make a song with that same joke intended. Getting into the fundamentals, I didn't think that the mix was a benefactor leading into the layered melodies. Initially felt more choppy than it did smooth. The arpeggios kicking off the track are exciting, but I really thought that the horns put onto the mix really took over a bit too much on here. The following track, Late Night Talking, follows a funky rhythm with some lighter and smoother finishes to it that I think initially altogether isn't a bad song. Listening to it more and more, I can certainly see the song growing on me, and probably will continue to do so just because that's how Harry Styles works for me. Grapejuice, however, to me has heavy Gorillaz vibes. I can see this song making the cut for like, I don't know, like a part of a scene in the movie Guardians of the Galaxy, like kind of similar into that. It's the Guardians 2, like based off that intro scene. I know that's kind of me nerding out, kind of just making nonsense that might not really make sense to everybody, but that's just me putting a thought out there. The point is, I dig this track. The notion behind this is basically Harry dreaming about this intimate relationship, symbolizing this with a certain bottle of wine, thus referencing the title Grapejuice, where he tells that he's not happy with certain forms of it, such as whites or pinks, just this certain bottle, meaning only this person and his serenity. I am really liking the bass on here. It is very easy to follow, yet so rich in sound. I do have some minor issues with the way these guitars are mixed into the song, but I still love the feel of it. I love the dig to it, the mellow softness to it. It's just a nice track. We start looping back to themes of change, returning to the first single of this new record, As It Was, which I already did enjoy off of my first listen, but goddamn, TikTok has burrowed this song deep into my skull. But no lie, y'all, I ain't got no problem with that. This song is a heater. But for real, it really is such a catchy song. The more and more you play, I love the drum sound. It just feels so energetic with the pre-chorus. It's just to die for all along, with just a great punch leading into the chorus itself. A lot of these same themes regarding certain statuses into relationships start to continue on with the track Daylight. Daylight to me is one of the more bland cuts off of the record. I don't care that much for the pitched background vocals on here. Most of the writing on this song doesn't really work for me in my opinion. Little Freaks is another mellow atmosphere track that I think features more performance from Harry that adds delicacy and loveliness to his voice that makes him so loved as a pop artist. On here it is seen Harry showing some regret of not showing his true self to this individual that he was involved with, and ends up losing the opportunity to make this relationship work, or at least trying to make it work. I love the pitch range that he demonstrates on this chorus. It is just heavenly. It is to die for. I can't not like this song. So I'm pretty much moving in order for this review. On the plugs for the acoustics for the song Matilda, I really just dislike these. Like, they sound so rusty and just so cheap. The finger picking should have just been a softer touch with some of these strings, at least with the first and second string, but the track does smoothen out a little bit more once these pianos enter their way, so I guess that's somewhat of a quick save. The guitar playing starts to pick up its pace, moving on to the track Cinema, with a very special guest on guitar from the iconic John Mayer providing his talents for this project. I loved how they just let loose onto the track. It was very nicely placed. As a pop track though, it is still kind of There's just so many things that come up in here that just really hold back the sweetness from really fully setting free into the wild with the tracks that just keep more of what it has at bay. Some more funky rich choruses build up onto the song Daydreaming, with Harry sharing on this tale of a relationship that is going super well for him. The drums are very, very popping on this one. Harry screeching with soul influences into the singing, also one of the better mixes onto this new project. On this particular track, we are also greeted with a cello piece from alternative R&B singer-songwriter multi-instrumentalist Blood Orange. Now this continued couple seems to move on to the next track, Keep Driving, where it's basically about muting out reality by kicking it back and hitting it on the road. We see some 70s pop influences onto Keep Driving working its way through these passages with edgy bass lines and LFO synth chords layered onto some cosmic synthesizers. Everything goes more blues onto the acoustics with the track Boyfriends, with Harry talking about this mistreatment from men to their girlfriends. To me, this reminds me a whole lot of old Ed Sheeran, and it's not really going about with passing any torches per se. To me, it sounds exactly like an Ed Sheeran acoustic pop track, and that's okay, I guess. And then in the closer, Love of My Life, I don't think this song is a bad song, and I don't feel like it's inconclusive. It definitely does feel like a conclusion. It's just not an array of fireworks of an ending to me. So a thing that I noticed, and you might have too if you kept up this song for this review, I am just constantly back and forth moving towards the end of this thing. With the themes, I understand it's mostly about many things that go into relationship, about communication, chemistry, sorrow, blissful eternity. It just doesn't really build off of anything story-wise. It's just no more than reflecting on certain memories with past and current partners that just isn't all that interesting to me. Sure, it's relatable, and I guess that's a good thing about it, but again, I don't see the interesting part to it, the part that makes me want to beg for more or dig deeper into the story. You kind of get what you hear. It's not really that hard to explain at all, which is a bummer, because some of the moments on this just carry a great deal of momentum for it, a momentum that can surely give this thing the power it needs to hit the finish line, but then it just hits a pothole onto the next song and then just falls short. I still have a handful of tracks that compares to the ratio that I like from Fine Line. These records compared sonically are fairly different, but I feel the quality to quantity ratio hasn't changed for me. Without a doubt though, I would say that I had somewhat of an enjoyable time playing some new Harry Styles music. I believe the man is a very talented vocalist, one of pop's best young talent to this current day. I do like how Harry goes about themes that mean something to him regarding change, love, and the ultimate thought of being home is more of a state of mind than it is a place. And I still look forward to see what Harry Styles has in store next, possibly making some drastic changes to his writing styles or maybe something that creates not only something with commercial success, but with strategy that perfects his craftsmanship as an artist. I'm gonna give Harry Styles' Harry's House a 64%. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go and like, share, and comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, you'll see all my separate tracklist ratings for the album, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts so you can keep with me on the daily. And I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Dose.